my sister. It's Reverend Ahmondra coming to you from the place where the original queens always speak their truth. Today, I want to focus on accomplishments. Black women's accomplishments, my accomplishments, Vice President Kamala Harris's accomplishments, because we accomplish so much with so little all the time. We stand up in the face of no agreement, meaning that there's no agreement for our existence in this world. They say to us, you cannot accomplish that. And we move forward and we accomplish it anyway. And we do it great. We do it above anybody else because we have to. Our Vice President Kamala Harris has not lost her humanity. She is a total woman, just like all of us are total women, meaning that when we step into the colonizer's world, which is also a man's world, we maintain who we are as nurturers, as mothers, as queens. We hold on to our teachings that our mothers gave us. One of the things that I heard that most impressed me about our Vice President Kamala Harris is that one of the first cases that she got as an attorney had to do with a woman who got arrested in a raid. This woman hadn't done anything. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but she had got arrested and it was on a Friday. And if you know anything about the court system, on Friday, the judges go home and you're going to spend the weekend in the jail until Monday. Well, Kamala knew that this woman was innocent. And so she didn't just say, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry, you're going to have to spend the weekend in jail. She didn't do that. She went and found the judge and pleaded with the judge to please just take a few minutes to hear what this woman has to say. Our vice president understood that this woman might have had a job on the weekend. She might have had children. Who was going to take care of her children? She might have had to take care of her family. She just knew that this woman did not need to stay in jail over the weekend simply because everybody had gone home. She pleaded until she got a judge to hear the case, and he dismissed this woman's charges and let her go home. Our vice president held on to her humanity, to what she knew was right, and she accomplished something that other attorneys might not have even attempted to do because somebody told them the judge is on her way home. You can't do anything. But our vice president didn't stop. And we never stop. We accomplish so much in our lives. That is who Black women are. And many times we aren't acknowledged because we have to move forward. We have to keep it moving, keep it moving. We don't have time to stop and acknowledge ourselves or to stop and acknowledge what we've done collectively. But today, I want to share an accomplishment with you because I believe it's very important. For those of you who don't know me or haven't heard my story or read my book, I am in recovery from drugs and alcohol. I was a functional addict and alcoholic, meaning that I got up every day and did whatever I needed to do to sustain myself and my family. I functioned. My father was a functioning alcoholic. He spent 30 years in the Navy, and my father drank alcohol every single day. So functioning addiction and alcoholism runs in my family. And because I was functioning and my dad was functioning, I never believed that I was ever going to be able to stop drinking and using drugs. That was just my life, and I had accepted that. But fortunate to me, I have a powerful God that led me into the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous when I needed it the most. I didn't believe that I could stop drinking every day or that I could stop taking drugs every day. I didn't believe it. And when I went to Narcotics Anonymous and they said, you have hope, you can accomplish this. This is something you can do in your life. I didn't believe them. I had never seen anyone in my life stop using drugs or stop drinking alcohol. To me, that was just a pipe dream. But when I stepped into my first Narcotics Anonymous convention in New Orleans, I had 10 months free. And I looked around and I saw these 10,000 people who had converged on New Orleans from everywhere in the world to celebrate recovery. A little hope sprang up in me. And I thought to myself, maybe I can accomplish this. And at the end of that convention in New Orleans, I found myself standing in the final prayer circle, holding hands. On my left was a gentleman who was white, who had no hair. He calls himself a recovering skinhead. And on my right was a gentleman who had on a Hell's Angel cut. As I looked up at him, he looked down at me and smiled and said, "How you doing, little sister?" And I burst out crying because in no way in my life would I be standing holding the hands of two white men and feeling safe. So this year, when I stepped into the World Convention at Narcotics Anonymous, I stepped into it with 37 years, meaning I had made an accomplishment that I never dreamed that I could. Not taking a drug or having a drink for 37 years. When I got back from the convention of Narcotics Anonymous, I looked myself in the mirror with tears in my eyes. I said, you know what? I want to say to you, well done, because I accomplished something I never thought I could. There were women looking at me saying that if she could do it, I could do it. And I say to you today, my sister, when Vice President Kamala Harris stepped into that role as president, there will be little girls saying, if she could do it, I could do it. There will be women saying, if she could do it, I could do it. And it's going to uplift so many of us. Black women accomplish so much in their lives, but we don't talk about it because we are too busy accomplishing things. That's what we do. That's who we are. But I want you today to take a moment, take a breath, look yourself in the eyes in a mirror and say, I want to pat you on your back, sister, for what you have accomplished. And then you fill in the blank. I know you are out there spreading her accomplishments because I have heard back from many of you. But I want us to not take our foot off the pedal because we're driving this car all the way to Washington, D.C., to the front door of the White House. And all of us are going to get out and go in because this is the people's house, okay? As we move forward and we support our sister to take her place on that throne in the White House as a queen and as a president, not as a dictator. I want to bring some clarity when I say that the queen is ascending to her throne. See, a queen does not mean that she rules over her subjects. A queen takes care of all of those that have said they want her to be their leader. That's what a queen is. And that's what we're supporting our sister, our Vice President Kamala Harris to be. Our leader, a leader who takes care of us, who leads us, who shows us the way to go, who makes sure that whatever we need, we receive it. A leader who shows the rest of the world what it means to be a leader with empathy, with integrity. And let's not forget to remind everybody to check their registrations. Make sure that they are registered. Make sure they know where to go to vote. Make sure their ballot arrived to them in the mail on time. Make sure that if they want to volunteer, they know where to go and volunteer. Make sure that they are involved some way, even if it's getting on the phone every day at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to hear sisters pray for our Vice President, Kamala Harris. We can accomplish this, and we are going to accomplish this because each and every one of us is a total woman stepping up to support our queen as she mounts her throne and becomes the powerful leader that we already know she is. Thank you for joining me. And remember, our regular programming has been suspended until our breaking news that the sister that we hold up to be our president of the United States has taken her oath of office. Remember, no more false narratives. We are rewriting the narrative. We have some new narratives out there. Hashtag, it is time. It is time for sisters to stand up and say, I have accomplished much and I am acknowledging my accomplishments today. Thank you for joining me, and let's keep spreading the word. Let's keep working. Let's keep praying. Let's keep saying, we know our sister is going to win. That's our narrative. That's the truth that we're spreading into this world. Blessings. Kamala Harris for president. Kamala Harris is our president. Kamala Harris is our president. Don't get it twisted. Kamala Harris is our president.